Are you more concerned with the things of God or with the things of this world? In Mark chapter 8, Jesus has compassion on the crowds, and he wants to feed the 4,000 men and women and children that are there. And the disciples seem to be frustrated, even though they just saw him feed the 5,000. Jesus miraculously takes what was given to him and multiplies it to the point where they have an abundance of leftovers. And then Jesus talks about the yeast of the Pharisees, warning them that it can spread quickly, this teaching of theirs that's not good for people. But they don't get it. And they think he's talking about the fact they didn't have bread. Now, it's easy to get frustrated with the disciples or see them as clueless, but we have to remember they did not yet have the Spirit of God with them. And how often do we fret over things that we've actually seen God help us overcome in the past? Well, Jesus ends up healing a man in a two-step process. I don't think it was because he didn't try hard enough the first time or didn't have enough power. I think it's a reminder that sometimes healing may take a journey. It may take a process. So then Jesus explains to them that the Messiah would suffer and die and rise from the dead. Well, they don't like what they're hearing. And so Peter, trying to be subtle, pulls Jesus aside and rebukes him. And Jesus says to him, "Get behind me, Satan. You say this because you don't have in mind the things of God, but only the things of men." You see, the reason they were struggling to trust Jesus when it comes to the crowd of 4,000 or understanding his teaching or even being okay with what he prophesied about his future is because they were more in tune with the dark ways of this world than they were with what God wanted and God's ways. What are ways we can grow in this area to have more in mind the things of God?